Well, good morning, real life. How are you? Mostly awake? Yes? Good. I believe it. You made it through the snow. I only slipped like 14 times driving here, but that was at like 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're awake, glad you're ready. One wonderful celebration. I love being in the middle of a crazy miracle like this with you. Did you know there was a guy, his name's Jared. He came to the South Hill Church just last week. First time, gave his life to Jesus. Eternity is going to look wildly different for Jared forever. That's this wonderful mission that we get to be a part of, reaching the world for Jesus, one person at a time. One person last week was Jared. And Jared's the sixth person this year to give his life to Jesus. That means, on average, just because I like math, so far in 2020, one person every 3 days is deciding, I'm going to follow Jesus. That's eternity. It's all, who knows what's going to happen in Jared's family, his friends, all around him. It's not just what God's up to in him, it's what he wants to do with him and through him. So we love celebrating people like Jared and what God's up to in his life. It's what we mean when we say things like, hey, we're here together on a mission to reach the world for Jesus, one person at a time. You with me on that? Hey, me too. I love being a part of this with you. I want to continue our conversation as we jump in to finish our conversation about the presence of God. What does it mean to be a people who are transformed by, depend on, love, enjoy, and pursue the presence of God in our life? Remember, first week we processed through prayer. Prayer is the pathway into the presence of God. Last week, we walked through a conversation around fasting. Fasting fills us with the presence of God, how God transforms us and moves in us through fasting. And today, we finish that conversation by talking about worship together. Now, before we talk about this passage or this conversation, we've got to level on a couple things. So disclaimer, I am the worship pastor, so this is close to my heart, okay? There's also going to be some kind of inside scoop. So if you've ever wanted to know, hey, why do we do the things that we do? Or what do we care about with all of this stuff? Or what do your worship leaders really want the most for a Sunday? What do they care about? We'll all figure that out together this morning. And I've got to tell you, worship is a tricky thing to unify people around. Just an example, on the 29th of December, just a couple Sundays ago, we had one special service. In that service, we sang an older song. Some of you may know. It's called Come Thou Fount. It's a hymn. It's written several hundred years ago. Wonderful, wonderful song. I got 5 comment cards. Now, we have to talk about that. Those actually aren't comment cards. We use them all the time as comment cards. They're actually connection cards. They're supposed to be for us to connect in relationship, but they're often used as comment cards. So let me re-clarify. I got a connection card that had been repurposed into a comment card, and several people asked me, I'm so glad that we did hymns. Are we gonna sing hymns all the time now? I got 2 phone calls with people asking me, are we only gonna sing old songs? There's no win. There is no hope. I believe we can do this, guys. And it's not just that. It's not just song choice. There's so many different questions we have when we come around this conversation about worship. Why do we sing at all? Right? Sunday, let's just say Sunday is only about the sermon. So why worship at all? Maybe that's just the warm-up. Maybe that's just actually sneaky emotional manipulation to make you more susceptible to the sermon. We actually had a song where the word presence was in there. See? Aha! We've been outed. Maybe that's what's happening. Or maybe we just do it because